ขอให้คุณมาอยู่กับผม
Let's start with the video. Chapter 88. Summary: Ming stands before Joe, filled with sorrow. He wants to kill himself for recognizing the wrong person and falling for him. Even though Joe is alive, Ming feels that he deserves a lifetime of pain. However, Joe is grateful for his second chance at life, regardless of how he returns. Ming pleads for a chance to make amends. Joe is touched but also heartbroken, as he remembers how Ming treated him as a stand-in. Before, Joe was passionate and faithful, but Ming's rejection changed him. He gave up on Ming, and his death can't be fully blamed on him. Joe's heart aches as he remembers the pile of his bones. He can't forgive Ming, no matter how much he loves him. Ming clings to Joe, terrified that he'll disappear again. Joe asks him to leave, and Ming looks at him with a dazed expression, his eyes wet with tears. This is the first time Joe has seen Ming cry. Ming is usually cold and arrogant, but in just 10 minutes, Joe sees his weak side. Ming regrets not telling Joe that he loved him before his accident, as it could have prevented this tragedy. Joe and Ming have a tense conversation. Ming confesses that he wanted to be with Joe, not Tong, even in the past. He asks for a chance to correct his mistakes. However, Joe reveals that he's been awake for a year and doesn't plan on telling Ming. He views their relationship as a mistake and wants to start over. Ming tries to kiss Joe, but he pushes him away and runs out of the house. He runs through the empty streets, feeling lost and drained. He has been burdened for the past 10 months, and Ming's confession has added to his confusion. Despite the things he never dared to dream of happening, Joe feels somber and desolate. He slaps himself to remind himself that he has let go of his past identity. He wraps himself in his coat and walks aimlessly before hailing a taxi. He receives continuous text messages from Ming, but deletes them without reading them. He feels heartily drained and wants to sleep for a while, hiding from his problems. If you like this kind of video and want more videos, then subscribe to my YouTube channel. Only 8.3% of you had subscribed to my channel. Please subscribe, it will motivate me to make more videos like this. Thank you so much for your attention and participation. Let's continue with the video. Chapter 89. Summary: Joe returned home and fell asleep. The next day, Saul visited his home to invite him to his album release event. Ying, Joe's mother, was surprised by Saul's respectful attitude towards Joe. Joe agreed to go with Saul, and they left for the event. In the car, Saul discussed a plan to retrieve Joe's important things from his condo. However, Joe revealed that he had already gone to Ming's home the previous night. Saul was shocked and worried about what might have happened. Joe reassured Saul that he was fine and that there was no need to worry. Joe thanked Saul for his help, but told him that he didn't need to worry about the matter anymore. Saul, still concerned, asked Joe if Ming had done anything to him and what they had talked about. Joe reassured Saul that he had moved on from Ming. Saul is still worried and advises Joe to avoid Ming. They attend a promotional event at a hotel, where Joe is to appear with Saul. Many celebrities and reporters are present, showcasing Saul's influence in the industry. Joe is envious and happy for Saul. After getting ready, Joe waits backstage to appear with Saul. Art calls Joe to meet President Wang, who has just returned from India to support Saul. When President Wang arrives, everyone is surprised to see Ming accompanying him. Joe's body freezes and he makes eye contact with Ming from a distance. President Wang praises Joe's new look, and Ming struggles to suppress his emotions. Joe's appearance and expression become more like his old self, causing Ming to yearn for him. Saul met President Wang, who had nurtured him as a big star. Wang praised Saul and then turned his attention to Joe, noticing his resemblance to the previous Joe. Those present who knew the truth stiffened. Joe, feeling a tingling in his heart, thanked Wang for taking care of him. Wang regretted not promoting the previous Joe to fame and decided to focus more on promoting Joe. Wang introduced Ming, who had come to support Saul and Joe. Ming wanted Joe to participate in his new movie, which had a heavy role. Joe stared blankly at Ming, and Wang thought he was too happy. Wang warned Joe not to get too excited and told him his future was limitless. For a minor actor to participate in Ming's movie was a huge honor and great fortune. However, Joe was already thinking of ways to reject the offer. He didn't want to be extremely popular, especially if it was linked to Ming's success. Joe needed to find a way to refuse, but right now was not the time. Woot, Sol and Joe discussed the influence of Ming, who has been getting close to Joe through President Wang. Despite his personal resentment towards Ming, Sol knows he can't ignore President Wang. As they prepared for Sol's promotional event, Sol asked Joe for a kiss, surprising him. Joe gives him a flying kiss. Although Sol is initially dissatisfied with Joe's half-hearted response, he manages to enter the banquet hall. Once inside, Sol was surrounded by reporters, leaving Joe stuck at the back. Amidst the chaos, Ming broke through the reporters' encirclement and approached Joe, who was feeling helpless. Thank you for watching. If you want to read the novel, then visit patreon.com/blspoilers. The link will be in the description. Special thanks to my legendary supporters, Melanie Harris, Kiara Russell, Rebecca, Anne, Brian Stargill, Chelsea 212, Suzanne 233, Tamara Coomer, MZT, Maria Lalbakken, Sharon Fong, Martina Bosankova, S. Armstrong, P. Pri, ed.